We were told that we don't have to worry about our borders because we really don't have a crisis there. What we have is a challenge. And as we seem to constantly redefine or put different labels on what we know to be true, in fact, I think it's time for a moment of clarity. I went to Oxford Languages to find out just what a crisis is. So this is not my definition. This is what Oxford Languages said. A crisis is a time of intense difficulty or trouble or danger, a time when a difficult or important decision must be made. So what is it that I'm talking about? I am talking about our crisis at our borders.
Our friend Congressman Mike Kelly from Western Pennsylvania represents Erie, Pennsylvania, down south, talking, of course, about our southern borders. With us right now. Congressman, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, Mike. I'm fine. Thanks for having me on.
Good to talk to you. It's amazing how the border, it's like it was in the news for a week, and then it goes away as if everything's solved. But nothing's been solved. If anything, it's only gotten worse since it was in the news a week or two ago.
Yeah, you know, there's a saying out there, there's no secrets in our family. There's just a lot of things we don't talk about. That is so true of this administration. No, there's no problems. There's no problems. We just choose not to talk about them. And the president says, well, you know what? I'm going to put Vice President Harris in charge of this challenge at the border, and she'll take care of it. The only thing is she's failed to go to the borders, and I would have loved her to come up to Erie, Pennsylvania with me to see an emergency intake. Now, the reason it's called an emergency intake in Erie is because they don't have room for the children anymore at the areas where they come in. And I've often thought about this is incredible to go and see. There was about 150 children were there, Mike. We had scheduled up a visit to see them. The night before I was supposed to go up, we got a memo from HHS. Said, oh, no, you can't go up because the children have left. They've been taken someplace else. And I said, well, we already have it arranged, so I'll come up anyways to take a look. Well, some of the children had left, not all of the children. Wow. There was still about 45 or 50 of them there. I think another 90 had left. There's a second floor to this storm, and all the COVID-infected children were on that floor, which I didn't go up to see them. But it was amazing. We have like 150 to 160 members of different agencies there to take care of these children, and they're on a 24-hour call, so they show up from wherever they are in the country, and they rush to wherever they're needed as an emergency would dictate. So there's nothing about what's going on at the border that's not a crisis. It is truly a crisis. It is something that this administration has just refused to discuss, and they just put it off. So I'm wondering, though, Mike, think about this. We're shuttling these children all over the place. Okay, they came from that triangle. They came up. I don't know how many left their homes and actually made it to America. I'm sure there was some lost in that process. They come to America. The cartels bring them in. They're at our borders for too lengthy a time. Then they get shuttled to someplace else that they don't know where they're going. And they're shuttled by people they don't know. And they're at another location. And then they're taken from there and they're shuttled someplace else. So very similar to what the cartels are doing is what we're doing. Once they come to the borders, then we take them on the rest of their journey. They have no idea where they're going. They have no idea who they're going to see. All I know is this: there's a tremendous cost in doing all of these different things, and real cost. Transporting people is very expensive. Sheltering them is very expensive. And so I look at this and please just give us an answer as to what you're doing.
And we call that compassion. It's amazing. We are just, you're so right. We're just one of the next steps of the cartel journey, right? The cartels are one step of one relay leg, and they pass it off to us. And then we send these kids to people who we don't really know who they are. We don't run proper background checks on where we're even sending these kids. And then we certainly don't follow up to make sure that they didn't get sucked up into drug trafficking or sex trafficking or anything else. It's a horrific thing, and the cartels love it. We only got 90 seconds, Congressman. Where's the end? Okay. Like, look, there's no end to this, right? There's no desire to end it.
No. Well, this is a sin without end. The only difference between us and the cartels got paid to bring the children to the borders. Now our taxpayers pay to have these children taken care of. It's not that we don't have a welcoming heart. I do think we need to have an honest answer. And I just defy this. This is a dereliction of duty by the Biden administration. They are totally silent on this. And I'm so fed up with them rediscovering or this wordsmithing that they do for what's going on. This is irresponsible on the case of everybody handling this particular case. We have dedicated people on staff to help them, but we have no process, nothing in place, at least a total chaos. And there's absolutely no policy, Mike. There's no policy other than we'll take care of you at some point somewhere. But they told us the only difference between us and the cartels get paid to bring the children in. We pay for the children once they get in to go someplace else. Still, they have no idea where their future lies.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that.
Like, subscribe, get more.